Hey guys, I made this video to tell you guys about all the teleports and how to unlock them in detail, but firstly I just made a map quickly showing you all of the teleports that you can unlock. So there are two Abyssal Rift teleports that you can unlock. There's the Home teleport that takes you to the Dark Altar through the Necromancy spellbook that you can unlock. There's the Fairy Ring with the code CIS that you can unlock just north of Arceuus. There's the Great Corinne teleport that you can unlock through the Arceuus library. There's the minigame teleport that you can unlock through the Hosidius house using favor points, and then there's also a spirit tree that you can plant here using favor points through House Hosidius, and then lastly there is the Xerix amulet, talisman that you can get through House Shazian, and it'll take you to House Hosidius, House Shazian, or House Lovaking. So let's go ahead and get into detail on how to unlock all of these teleports. Alright guys, so one of the first teleports that you're going to want to unlock is probably the Fairy Ring, just because it only costs about 80k, and it's the easiest one to unlock when you first get here. So when you go to Port Sarim and you take the boat, you're going to arrive here, and you're just going to go walk up here and north to House Arceuus's library, and once you're at the library you can either go through it or around it, and you're going to want to come up here to this teleport symbol. And this is where the fairy ring is going to be at, so let's meet there in game. Alrighty, so we're here in game, and we have Trasa here and the fairy ring. You're just going to speak to Trasa, and can I help you, traveler, about this dead circle of mushrooms? And he just says basically pay him 80k and he can reanimate it for you, and here's 80k coins. And there we go. So now it's working, and we can go ahead and use it to travel to Zeah. And this is a really good teleport. Obviously, fairy rings are extremely useful. And then you'll need to know the fairy ring code for it, and that code is CIS. And that will go ahead and take you straight to the fairy ring north of House Arceuus. And then you have fairly easy access to House Arceuus at the start at least. And then the next one that we're going to do is the library, which you're just going to run south. If you haven't gotten any alignment points within House Arceuus yet, you probably won't have this book, but this book will give you this book right here, Transportation Inclinations. When you read it, it'll give you a teleport in your spell book that goes to Zeah. Alrighty, so I went ahead and got on the normal spellbook for you guys, and as you can see here, there is a teleport to Corinne, and it costs 2 laws, 2 soul runes, 4 water runes, and 5 fire runes. It's a decent teleport for when you first start off. I'll just go ahead and use it for you guys on video, and it'll take you to the statue of Corinne, it looks like. So it's not too bad of a teleport, but there's one other one that we'll talk about in House Shazian that's, in my opinion, it's a lot better once you actually have it. Really quickly, I just want to mention that the Transportation Inclinations book, you don't have to have any favor within House Arceuus to actually receive this book. You just have to look around the library until you find this book. There's more information on that in one of my previous videos, which is how to gain favor in House Arceuus. It basically just tells you how to find books. Really, the most important part about it is focus on populated worlds. So usually on like world 2, if there's a bunch of people there looking for books still, they'll usually plant flowers at common locations, so you can just go around. I did myself, I looked around the whole library, and it took me about 30 minutes. So at worst case, you go around, search every single bookshelf on the first, second, and third floor until you find this book, and at most it'll take you about 30 minutes. So it's not too bad, and it's kind of useful teleport. But you can always skip out on this one if you want to, and head over straight to Shazian for their teleports, which in my opinion again is a lot more useful, and it's just more convenient, I guess. So we'll go ahead and head over there now, and I will see you guys soon. I'm actually going to go ahead and do this, all of this with you guys, so you'll kind of see everything and how it works out. But so while you're here, you will gain favor, and if you have favor in another house, it will go down. But it's, in my opinion, it's extremely worth it just to go ahead and power through it really quickly and get the necklace, because once you have the necklace, which is not tradable, you can just charge it with fangs, which are tradable, so you don't have to ever come back to House Shazian if you don't feel like you want to. So we're going to talk to Nurse Bobo, and basically you're going to tell her that you'll help her, and you'll gather bandages from some of the crates and just basically help heal all of these wounded soldiers that you can see. So let's go ahead and see the crate. Alrighty, so if you go just north of where we just were, there is a bunch of crates right here, and you'll just go take many. Um, Now, once again, you will gain favor while you do this, so just keep that in mind if you don't want to. So we're just going to go ahead and use the Shazian med pack on some of these wounded soldiers, and they will be very happy that you've done that. And so it looks like I gained 0.1%, so you'll need to heal quite a few of these it seems, but that's not too bad. So just basically go around and heal all of these until you have 5% approval in House Shazian, and then after that we'll head over to Lizardmen until we get our necklace drop. So see you guys soon. Alright, so while I was healing them I noticed that there's actually an upstairs, so when you're done healing all the ones at the bottom stairs, just run upstairs and start healing them. And then I'm assuming by the time you're done upstairs, if you go back downstairs, there's going to be a bunch of people that have relapsed basically. So you can do that. That's probably the fastest way to go about doing it. So just go ahead and do it that way so that you can get favor and the fastest way possible. All right, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are. We just got 5% in House Shazian. So now we're going to go ahead and head over to Lizardmen. The gear that I would recommend is just like your max strength if you're a main. If you're a pure, I'm not really too sure if you really like need defense. So probably you would still want your max, max strength, or if you're ranging, max range strength or whatever. And then I would definitely recommend bringing a cannon because there's a multi-area, which will just generally speed up your kills a lot. So I'm gonna go to the bank over here and gear up, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright guys, so we're here now, and this is just north of House Shazian. Once you're done with the med pack stuff, you can run to the bank here and gear up, and you're going to run right here, and this is where you're going to be killing lizardmen until you get the necklace. I'm going to go actually help out a friend because he's low defense. So, just go down the handholds and run all the way over here. There's a multi-spot over here that you're going to be using for cannons so that you can quickly get your necklace, just more kills per hour. So running, and here's my friend. So I'll just go ahead and set up a cannon. Alrighty, so we actually got some Caesarean fabric, and this fabric is used to make the new low-level magic gear. I think it's very useful for 10 defense pures so they can start Bridding, so I would definitely collect it. I'm not too sure how much it actually is. Let's check real quick. Oh, so it's about 3k per hide, so that's not too bad. Definitely probably worth picking up while you're here. Alright, well, I got the talisman, so that's really awesome. That's really awesome. Let's go ahead and eat a bunch of food really quickly. We gotta stop attacking these so I don't lose all my favor in House Arceuus. Okay, and then we got a lizardman thing over here. So that's pretty cool. And let's go ahead and get out of here real quick. I will be right back. Alrighty, so we're out of there now. We have the Xerix Talisman and the Lizardman things that we got as drops. Again, these are tradable, so we'll just go ahead and throw these in here, and it will charge our Talisman, and then we can go ahead and teleport with it. So let's use the Lookout one. We'll take you to House Shazian. There is the Glade one, which will take you to House Hosidius, and then the Inferno one takes you to, I'm assuming, House Lovaking. Yep. So that's pretty cool. Those are some extremely useful teleports for Zeah, and now that I have this, I don't have to go back to House Shazian ever again unless I want 100% favor, and if I do, then I'll just keep camping lizardmen, but there's nothing really worth it for House Shazian. If we just open this up, we can see right here that in House Shazian that you just have the armor, which isn't very useful. It's only cosmetic, so I guess you could go get that if you wanted to, but there's not much of a reason to. So, now that we have the necklace, the fairy ring, and the spellbook teleport out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move on to two other teleports that exist, one being the spirit tree, and then there's also the minigame teleport. So let's go ahead and go to House Hosidius and discuss those. Alrighty, so right now we're at the spirit tree patch, and unfortunately, before you can use it, well, before you can plant it, you have to have 35% favor with House Hosidius. I think if you plant it at 35% favor and then um, have the tree here, you can always use it. I don't think you need to keep 35% favor in order to use to at least you need 35% favor to put the tree here, but once it's here, you can have under 35% favor as far as I'm aware, and you can still constantly use the spirit tree patch. This one's extremely useful because the spirit tree goes straight to the GE basically, so you have a teleport between the GE and Zeah, so that one is a useful one. I'll probably end up working on this one next. And other than that, there is the Tithe minigame teleport. Now you can't use the Tithe minigame until 100% favor with House Hostidus. Now, in order to unlock the teleport, it's in the minigames teleport tab. It's Tithe Farm minigame. Now, when you try to teleport with it, you have to at least enter the farm before you can use this teleport. And in order to enter the farm, you have to have the 100% favor with House Hostidus. So if you do want to get a free minigame teleport out of it, you'll have to go and get 100% favor in House Hostidus, and then you can at least walk into the Tithe farming minigame and finally unlock the Tithe farm minigame teleport. And then once you have it unlocked, you don't have to keep 100% favor. You can let it drop below that, but you'll always have the minigame teleport. And lastly, we're going to talk about the Abyssal Rift teleports that you can unlock through House Arceuus's rune crafting methods. So in order to do this, you're going to have to use a Dark Essence block on the rifts within the Abyss, and if you use it on the Blood one, it'll unlock the rift so that you can go through the rift and you'll be able to come to Zeah through that, and same thing with the Soul one. So basically you'll go to Edgeville, go through the Abyss, and when you use the block on the Soul rift, then it'll unlock this so that you can go through the rift and appear here, and then same thing with the Blood one, you can appear here. So those obviously have some level requirements and 100% House Arceuus requirement, so and it's not too useful considering you have the fairy ring, but that is two other teleports that technically take you to Zeah. So that's it for Zeah teleports. If you guys have any questions, just leave them below and I'll try to answer them for you. And good luck unlocking your ways to Zeah.